FaceTime. Oop. All my beef with the bitches on
this couch. Oh my gosh.
Season 1, episode 10. The recap.
We are like, can you believe we posted 9 whole episodes?
Can you believe we made it? Like, we stuck to something.
We were consistent. Like, that's my shit. And you know what's so funny to me is, like, I know the posting schedule was a little wonkety at first.
A little wonkety.
You know, like that, like a bitch with a lazy eye. But that's gonna get some hate towards me. But
no, really, that was not right.
I'm sorry. But I just really cannot believe that we've made it this far. Like, we're finna really into season 2.
We really are. We are really here to stay.
Like, and step on y'all neck.
Applying pressure.
Like, oh, and just wait, because season 2, nothing is surpassing 40 minutes.
Woo! Okay. Nothing is surpassing 40 minutes. But now, I feel like season 2 is the perfect time for us to, like, dive a little deeper.
Yeah.
Kind of, like, test the waters. Because we've been keeping it, like, really, like...
PG-13.
Yeah, we don't want to, like, say anything that's quote-unquote problematic, but...
Girl, now we're here. I don't care. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just because, like, you know, when you first come in, you don't want to come in with, like, being too abrupt and too crazy.
Yeah, like, they're just saying things for shock value, this, that, and the third. Like,
yeah.
No.
So now we're at the point where I don't want to say we're established, but we're established.
We are here to stay.
Yeah, this is something that, like, is enjoyable to the both of us.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, y'all are in for a treat. But I guess let's go ahead and run on into this first segment. We're in a new... Why does it seem like every time we come back, we're in a new sign?
Because we do, like, we record, post, and then we're like, okay, time to get some new content and record some more.
Which is very true, but I've also noticed with us, too, is, like, we have been posting, and not letting our episodes have enough time to breathe.
Yeah.
We'll post and be like, okay, episode 8's up, and then the next day we're like, episode 9 is here, go look.
Wait a minute, 8.5 right here.
You know, so like we haven't given, I think these past episodes we've given them enough time to breathe. But I'll go ahead and let's get into it. It is Taurus season. So your horoscope for today is... There are so many things, there are so many changes going on in your life right now. It's especially overwhelming for you. You crave stability so much. Use these changes as a tool to get to know your authentic self. Work on cultivating a sense of stability so deep that no amount of external changes could ever topple it.
Period.
Now that kind of sang to me a little bit. But that is your horoscope, Taurus. So, one of our good Judys is a Taurus.
Miss Tony. She was on the show.
Miss episode 8. It was 8.5. Yeah, the music episode.
Okay.
She's a sweetheart. She's a real sweetheart.
A really good time. She gives me innocent, like... So the 2 Taurus that I have met, I just told you the other one. Oh my gosh, I am so disrespectful. The 2 Taurus that...
I'm dead.
The 2 Taurus that I have came encounter with, they both gave me very innocent at first. And, like, I guess maybe after getting to know them a little better, they still give me innocent, but it's not as...
Clean.
It's not as clean as they would like it to come off.
They give you very G-rated, then they go into PG-13-ish.
It gives me very much like you guys wanted to be born Geminis.
Yeah.
But you guys just didn't, like, make it there.
So, I guess let's go into the topic at hand.
The recap!
Y'all, like, this makes me want to cry a little bit. Because it's like, to know that this started off as like an idea a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And
a really long time ago.
A long time ago. This idea has been really toppled amongst us for what? Almost a year now. Mm-hmm. And like, to know that me and you actually were like, okay, let's be serious about it. Let's do it. And we did episode 1, and I think episode 1 is probably one of my favorites.
It's top 2.
Yeah.
Maybe not number 2.
Yeah, I think it actually...
What was the title?
Being Black and Queer.
Black and Queer. That one, I felt like that was one of the deepest things that we did touch on, which was cute. I'm trying to pull up like a list of the names.
Actually, no. I actually know what I think my favorite one might be.
Do we have a list of names? Do we have them spread out?
Do we?
No. Why are we not prepared?
Okay.
Episode 1, being black and gay.
Okay.
And then I don't have anything else listed.
I think episode 2 was the sexual preference and coming out episode.
Is that one your favorite?
No. My favorite one is the fear episode.
Oh, really?
Just because that was such a different side to us. It just showed how vulnerable we can be, but also the serious tone that every person has. And it also showcased that, like, not everybody's fears are the same, you know, and it's okay to be afraid, you know? That's why. But also the very first episode is also another one of my favorites, simply for the fact of, literally, for one, it showed that we were serious about something, and two, we chose such a great topic to expand upon.
And I think that's we should have, like, I don't know what we should have done different, but I feel like when we did that, we gave them the idea that we were gonna come and address political, like, heavy tone conversations.
Yeah.
And we didn't set a good premise, I guess.
Yeah.
Because then we started music.
I will say, starting off with episode 1, it was such a great kick, but it also, especially because following up with episode 2 was like the coming out stories. It just made it seem like, I guess, we were going to be put inside of a box or a category that we really were just like, no.
No, we just want to dip our toes in. And
I wanted to get my feet a little wet.
I think we really just wanted to talk our shit about different things with this platform. Like,
being able to express ourselves on a platform, which is, I feel like, something that we really wanted to do because, you know, we have voices, so let's just let them be heard.
Here comes the grandma's thing.
Shut up.
I need a better list because we've been into a lot of things. I'm really having a hard time navigating. Subscriptions. Shade-aholics.
Okay. This is going to
be... Boom!
Oh my gosh, this is going to be so, like...
Okay, so we did fear. We did... Oh, I don't know. I think Stereotypes with Noah was a really good
That was
time.
a good one, too. What was episode 3?
Episode 3 was mental health.
She was cute, too.
She's a blur. What did we talk about on, what was...
Mental health?
Yeah.
We talked about depression a lot. I know that.
Oh, depression.
We talked about, like, depression, anxiety, the social norms that have become social anxiety. And
yes. When everyone has depression and everyone has social anxiety now.
I think every episode has something that I like the most about it.
I mean, yeah.
Because, like...
Goals. We had goals.
Yeah, goals. That was a good one, too.
Going through them, I'm still with episode 1. Episode 1 was my favorite, being black and gay, because we kind
of snapped with that one, though.
We aired it out.
Yeah. we came in guns a-blazing.
We had to let you guys know how to raise your children.
We had a whole rule book plan. I think it's like if you want to go ahead and, like, do, like, my top 3, it would be fear, being black and gay, and what would be my third one? I feel like I just talked about it too. Oh, the what's the name? The mental health episode.
Oh, see, I'm definitely being black and gay. So episode 1. Then I enjoyed our coming out story episode.
Yeah. And
then not nostalgia or the music conversation.
Nostalgia episode was kind of good though. I kind of enjoyed that.
Really?
It was so playful to me.
Nostalgia was a really good time. And that was one of our first, like, short episodes.
Yeah.
We actually had a plan.
Yeah.
My third one is probably fear, because fear really helped me get some things that like, talk through some things that I haven't,
like, said out loud.
Yeah.
Which is why I think fear is my top one, because those are fears that I've never said out loud or never addressed or never were, you know, okay with being afraid of them. It was, like, stuff I put on the back burner.
And the crazy thing is, like, I love the podcast because I come in here and I'm like, oh, I want to talk about this, I want to talk about this. But I never know what you're going to go with.
Yeah.
So when you start saying things, I'm like, oh, well, I want to piggyback off that and say this now, or how does this make you feel?
Yeah. And it's like, that's why I love doing the podcast with you, because it's such an organic conversation.
Are we gonna cry by the end of this? Let's not.
Oh my gosh. Because I'm a crybaby low key. It's just like, it's so organic, it's so natural, and like it blends so well. It's not like a forced conversation. It's not like, well, I said this, and you're like, well, I said this.
I said what I said.
But it's also not something that like we're constantly agreeing on all the time, because no one wants to hear a conversation with a bunch of yes men. Mm-hmm. It's like if you say something, I'm like, I agree.
As I just yes man. But no, we do go back and forth. It's just never argumentative.
I don't know. The music episode kind of almost went there. The music episode almost went there.
Oh yeah, you did, because you're telling me Young Thug doesn't. I'm like, what?
And I've gotten opinions on that too. That's the funny thing. I really expanded on that. I had got people's opinion. I was like, y'all can't tell me Young Thug ain't put his foot in fucking music. And everybody was like, yeah, we gotta give it to him. Around 2016, yo, graduating year.
Okay, but if you say anybody, like, you can't say insert name here, didn't put their foot in music, and people are like, yeah, he did.
Yes, I can.
No, I'm saying, like, that's exactly what people are going to do. I could be like, oh, Demi Lovato put her foot in the music. People are like, yeah, she skyscrapered her ass up.
I mean, in the moment she did.
Oh, my God.
In the moment you can't sit here and say that, though. Because if I sit here and I'm like, yeah, Fetty Wap started a movement. Fetty Wap did this shit. You might say, yeah, because you listen to Fetty Wap.
Exactly what I'm saying. If you approach people with this artist already in your, like, mind of... that is a what is the word? There's a word for asking questions like that. It's a suggestive question, and that's a yes answer. You want them to be like, no, Kanye West did it, and they're gonna be like, huh?
No, like that's an argument. That's an opinionated conversation.
Oh,
we're not gonna go there.
You know what, guys? This is episode 8.
At this point, but so serious, like. I like how organic and unplanned that it can be, though. I mean, our topics, of course, are planned. The first segment and, our closing positive affirmations, which was such a great fucking idea.
The positive affirmations?
Yes.
We snap.
That was such a great thing. I will say, too, one thing I wish we would have done in episode 1 that I think we've gotten better at as time has progressed. We've learned how to censor ourselves way more than we did in, episode 1?
No, I feel like episode 1 we censored well. And then we got comfortable in, 2 when we were like, yeah, we're going to tell you about the gay lifestyle. And
yeah.
Well, wait, can we reminisce on the canceled episode 2?
I was just going to say, y'all, okay, so in episode 2 originally, we got so vulgar and nasty.
So the crazy thing is we recorded episode 1 and 2 the first night the same time. And then we're like, whoa, we're going to post 1. But number 2, we're going to have to redo her.
Yeah, we sat down and listened to each one. And we were like, we snapped with episode 1. We got to episode 2 and we were like, this came out of our mouths?
Yeah.
After we just finished preaching like we were reading the Bible?
After I just led a youth conference, I said that.
When I say we went into detail, what did we talk about? We talked about freak Twitter. We talked about.
I don't know about all that, honey.
I know we talked
about getting split in half.
Yes, girl. I know we talked about the link up culture. We talked. You were like, you're a grinder girl and I'm a chat girl. Like we went in on that canceled episode too. I think in season.
No. We are well established. We should share it with the world. But until I'm well established, nobody's about to hear this.
Yeah, I want y'all to hear that. At least I might post a clip on my story one day just so y'all can hear how that sounded. But just know that the forbidden episode too. That was so cute. Explicit.
If you do post it, put the forbidden episode.
That was so explicit. I was like, my mom listened to episode 1. I do not want.
We were literally laughing about we're like, yeah, and then when it hit you right here inside your guts, and we're like, hi, yes, girl, and we're like, whoa.
We turned that into a girls' night TED talk kind of thing.
Yeah, you would have thought we were drinking 2 bottles of wine
at that point. It's just so crazy to think how many times we had to shoot the different things. Oh, okay. So, one thing I wanted to touch on is someone came to me about the audio in episode 4 with Noah.
Oh. Well, we tried something a little new, and now we're back to the original audio.
Actually, there's 2 episodes that didn't get aired. the original nostalgic episode.
Oh, yeah. We get these little fever dreams where we make a good episode and you're like, well, we can keep going.
Yeah.
And then it just turns into like rambling and nonsense.
Yeah, and then we're just sitting here like, we ain't gonna do that.
I don't think that one needs to be aired.
I'm trying to think though. So like, I'm trying to think of like the episodes in order because 3 was goals, right?
Yeah.
And 4 was stereotypes.
Yeah. 4 was definitely stereotypes with Noah.
Because I'm trying to think what 5
3 was mental health.
Okay, 3 was mental health.
5 was definitely stereotypes.
Okay,
4
so 4
is
was
goals.
Okay. 6 is online dating.
Online dating.
Oh my gosh, swipe right.
Oh, wait a minute. What did we really talk about on that? Because we couldn't have been talking about the hookup apps, have we? Were we?
I don't know. That episode is such a blur to me.
I might have to go and re-listen to her.
Me too.
I know we talked about Tinder, and we were telling them that Tinder is our, like...
It's the straight people's Jacked and Grinder.
Yeah. They get plowed on Tinder.
Yes. That is such a blur to me. Some of these episodes really don't, like, stick to me, though. It's like, we did it to feel, like, you know how albums have filler songs? I feel like some of these are, like, filler episodes.
LMAO, that's so rude.
I
just know I talk so much and so much mess that, like, I don't remember half the shit I ever say.
No, man. I feel like sometimes I go back and listen. I'm like, I talked too long. I get so long.
Oh, no. You really go on tangent.
Like, I literally, like, when you say the grandma thing, I'm like, girl, I put my glasses on, my robe, and I'm like, well, let me tell you a story.
Yeah, positive affirmations with you, we never know how long we're gonna get.
Girl, I get long-winded with them, but that's because, like, sometimes when we choose our positive affirmations, sometimes they resonate in, like, really...
They're literally what I'm going through that day, and I'm like, oh, this is hitting my spirit.
Like, the only time that I will say that the positive affirmation really couldn't have done that, like, you didn't go on a tangent on this one, was the music episode. You did your positive affirmation, but we touched on that before, I believe.
Yeah, we did have a conversation, because I was going through something that day, and I just really wasn't...
I think Tony said his positive affirmation, and you were like, well, you said mine inside of yours, so
yeah,
I'm just read it. Yeah, but...
Some of the episodes I do go back, though, and I'll realize, like, I had something going on in my head that day, and I'm, like, kind of zoned out, or I'm not saying as much, because...
Yeah, and another thing that, like, is so crazy is sometimes when we do the podcast, we don't know what's going on in each other's heads.
Yeah.
Like, there could be a day where, like, I come in and I do the podcast, and after... I think what's crazy is the after conversation that we have after doing it, we're like, we could have said this. Mm-hmm. Damn, we could have said that. Too late. Or, like, we get very emotional when we're around each other sometimes.
For no reason.
So, like, it's literally like, we cut this off, and I'd be like, girl, let me tell you about what happened today. Like, that's why I said the positive affirmation the way I did, because I need to take my own advice.
And we do our best to, like, get it all out before we get on air and, like, talk to each other and get on the same page. But then, like, it comes on, and they're like, oh, shit, like, I could have definitely told him about this before we started.
Yeah.
So we're an hour before, an hour of recording, and then an hour of catching up after.
Yes, and then also, like, we have to sit back and listen to a lot of them because...
You do.
No, I have to sit back and literally listen to a lot of the podcasts that we do just to figure out if we need to re-record that episode or not, because we have a habit of going astray. Like, we could be talking, the topic could be online dating, and before you know it, we're talking about why the sky is blue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, like...
Talking about why I get traumatized every time I hear somebody's... I mean, shut up.
But it's so crazy and weird. Because it's like, I'll say, what episode did we do that on?
What, were we like just kind of
We were talking about something, and the whole dynamic of the conversation was about to change. And I think one of us wrote it in and was like, we're getting off topic.
Well, I know we did it on episode 2, Unreleased, because that was supposed to be our coming out story at first.
Yeah.
Which we did later redo. But we were talking about coming out, and then... we're like, let's get into it.
Well, yeah, but I think the thing, too, which is why I think that, for one, that was probably our longest episode, the unreleased episode, was because we were talking about coming out, but we were also supposed to be talking about sexual preferences at the same time.
And we went from preferences to like, bedroom time.
Yeah, like, that episode was so up and down.
That gave me candy-coated nights.
Yeah. Yeah.
Candy-coated nights.
Like,
you ever listen back to the podcast and not realize which one of us is talking?
Yes.
Because, like...
Fear. Because that was our ASMR episode to me.
Oh, yeah. We were talking with our inside voices.
We were like, yeah, because this really does scare me. And
me losing my mom is, like, so scary to me.
y'all, first of all, I just want to say that, like, that Fear episode, I don't know if you heard it or not, but my voice started to tremble because I was going to start crying.
I do. So that was one episode where I felt your tears coming. I don't think... Have I been close to tears in here?
I think so. Yeah, you have.
Because I know I had to change... I was getting there with fears, but I changed it into a joking way when I said the thing about fighting and accidentally killing somebody.
I think you kind of sort of got a little emotional, I think, when we started talking about goals.
Oh, yeah. I never know what I'm actually trying to do with myself.
Yeah, but I think it was more so because you were like, what the heck did you say? Oh, you were just like, I don't want to waste... you don't want to see failure coming.
Oh, yeah. I just want that shit to hit me.
Yeah, like a brick. like the brick on Friday.
I've not seen that. Well, I guess that would have been nostalgia. We should have talked about black movies, even though I haven't seen, like, any of them.
I mean, we talked about games.
This is how our life goes. We're like, we'll sit here and we're like, we should have said this. We should have said that.
Yeah. I think one thing that we should do, though, was like a visual episode with me kicking your ass in Mario Kart, because it's going to happen. Period.
I kind of wish we would have broken music down into a different, like, we should have organized music a little better.
Yeah.
Because we just, I don't know. When I listened to it, we were all over the place.
We really were. I think because the music style of all three of us is very different.
Yeah.
It was like we're coming from... all of us talking about one topic, it wasn't as deep as we could have went.
Because I know me and you, we could have elaborated on R&B, female rap, male rap, like... We could have talked about all of those on their own episodes for at least an hour.
Which is so crazy because when I sit back and go back to the music episode, it really triggers me because I'm like, we did 2 episodes of us literally talking about our biased opinions on music. That's really what it was.
They were biased. But all of your music opinions should be biased based on what you like. It's hard to be like unbiased. And
I will say there's a way to be unbiased when you're talking about music, when you're talking about like... art. When you're talking about an artist, I may like that artist, but all jokes aside, I can talk about the failure of my favorite artist.
Yeah. Like, that's why I can have a good Nicki and Cardi discussion unbiasedly as long as the other person on the other side of the conversation
unbiased.
Yeah.
So I think that's why sometimes I feel like the music conversation didn't expand as much as it could have, because in a sense, all of us, me, you, and Tony, were becoming very biased in the conversation. Mm-hmm. So instead of it becoming biased, because when things get biased in in a discussion, it becomes an argument, and then it just becomes very loud. Mm-hmm. So I guess we were trying to derail from that happening, and we just ended up everywhere.
Literally everywhere.
I don't know, like, what's another episode that we went scatterbrain on? I feel like nostalgia.
It was definitely the long ones. Anything that was long, we got scatterbrained on.
I mean, but being black and gay, we weren't really scatterbrained on it. But we went
from being black and gay to everything we had. We just listed out every issue we had in black communities.
Yeah, we did.
For some reason, coming out, Lingo and More is an hour and 30 minutes long. What did we talk about for that long? I have no clue.
You know, I don't. The last episode that I went back and listened to was actually the goals episode, I believe.
My crazy thing is, I cut them on you, like on my TV, and just let them play in the background.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
So sometimes my head will pop back in, and I'm like, oh, this is what we're talking about, and then I'll just be in a different world.
I'll pop back in when we start laughing, because I'm like, I missed a joke.
Our laughs do come up really loud sometimes, and I'll have to hurry up and find the remote and be like, hey,
turn my volume down.
Like, whoa.
And literally, no, it's your laugh.
I'm sorry.
I cackle, but you and... girl,
I do not sound like that.
That shit goes
You just made a monkey sound. That was disrespectful. And you do this.
First of all, you're not finna do me like that.
I'm sorry.
Girl, and then you start wheezing.
I'm not gonna do this.
It becomes I think our labs takes the volume up 3 octaves, so I can never listen to our podcast on full volume.
Never. Imagine having earphones and you're like,
girl, just imagine having Beats by Dre.
This bitch is shaking the table. We never talked about anything to do with Bad Girls Club.
Bad Girls Club, or we never had our reality TV conversation.
Oh my God, I want to redo. We can't throw another bonus episode because we've already done that with 8.5.
And I feel like low-key we kind of wasted it.
What, 8.5?
Yeah, I feel like the only reason we did 8.5 is because
we didn't get that.
We couldn't fit our positive affirmation in there for one.
Oh, we didn't?
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah,
In
we just kind of cut it.
I was like, we're talking too much, so yeah, tune in for part 2. And then that's when the next one starts, and we're like, if you gotten this far, bitch, you listen to part 1.
Yeah, I wish we would have done our good sense and been like, 8.5 isn't postable, but we had already posted at 8, so y'all would have never got a closing or anything.
Yeah, I just wish we would have done our homework on that topic a little more. Had like who we were going to talk about.
A PowerPoint, yeah.
Girl, what is it? A PDF file?
Well, I'm glad you brought it up. I've been dying to talk about it.
Well, since we're here,
I don't know. I feel like music was I don't regret it.
I don't regret it, but like I wish we could have done it better. It could have been organized a little more. I still want to know what the online episode was about, because like I vaguely remember that online dating episode.
I just remember Tinder. I don't remember anything else about it.
Like, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that.
We will. And will.
Because, like, I know that I feel like we expanded on that topic a lot. Because I know one thing that we did say is a lot of our relationships come from that. Like, a lot of us started off online dating kind of thing.
Yeah, I think we probably did mention that we don't have a in-person dating option, really, as gays. And then I remember we were saying something about, like, this online dating has changed the way that we, oh my God. It's like everything is coming back, but I can never get my words.
I know we talked about catfishing.
Oh.
I know we talked about that. Because I think we said something like, you know, it's so hard to tell, like, who's real on those apps. Mm-hmm. Because, like, oh, if you seem too perfect, then you're not real kind of thing.
Definitely.
I don't know, like, I will say this. I don't know if it's the same for you, but I know for me, in a sense, it's going to be so hard to try to brainstorm ideas and topics for season 2.
I've been struggling for the past few episodes.
Like
after we did good with goals, stereotypes, online dating, maybe once we got the fear, that's when we were like, okay, now what do we do next?
Yeah.
We've been wanting to do music, but that was never like hard to.
Yeah, that was never something. Some of the topics that we had weren't like really, they were no-brainers. Like we were like, okay, we're going to talk about music. Our first episode, I think, was like the easiest to come up with a topic on because we knew we could grab attention that way. Mm-hmm. I will say after episode 1, it was so hard to figure out where to go up from because I was like, I don't want to release something.
We created a strong baseline.
Yeah.
So coming out was really hard to like figure out where we wanted to go in that direction.
It was like, how can I put it? We set the bar high with the first episode, so trying to figure out where to go next was really hard.
Where do we go from here?
I had to think about your Beyonce quote, "Why is the bar set so high?"
Oh, that was not in none of the podcasts. That was just a different conversation, right?
No, that was in the podcast.
Oh yeah, I was saying why do we compare everybody to Beyonce as like
Nicki, and Rihanna? You was like, why is the bar that high?
Yeah,
because that's when I was like,
Ciara.
Girl,
but Ciara has a big resume too, so we're not gonna drag her.
Ciara has the perfect resume. She was the princess of pop and B in the 2000s.
Hey, why didn't we? I feel like we never went back to the current events kind of opening. You know when we did it that one episode where like what's going on
social media? Oh yeah. Because
I really wanted to talk about Kelly Rowland's nipple in this coffee video.
Yeah. I watched someone react to the video and he was like, I see you with the chocolate chips, girl. I see you with the chocolate chips.
What else is there to review?
What is Bad Baby. And her
you're talking talking about our
Oh. I'm recapping social
She
media.
said, why would I want to be black? My
You
best
see
friend
this?
is black as fuck. I said, huh?
You
Black
see
as fuck.
Is this coming from my scalp?
Don't be shy. Pull some more.
I think I'll say it like this. Every episode to me has a special place in my heart because it took time and effort to do them. Not so much effort, but a lot of time.
I'm sorry. I kind of didn't listen to that last statement because after you mentioned Bad Baby, I just got the best idea.
What?
We're going to do our research, and we're going to have a cultural appropriation and blackfishing.
Oh, my gosh. Because you know what I really want to talk about? I'm going to broaden it up right here, but the TikTok stuff.
Oh, you want to talk about that?
Not just the one girl, because it's been a lot.
Oh, you talking about the one that was, she was like... She said, my boyfriend, I didn't realize he was racist. And I was like, girl, you were right there.
No, not even just that. Did you see the one on Twitter with the Asian boy? With
yes.
Is this form good? I'm not gonna lie, I kind of laughed at it, but it took me a while because at first he was like, now that I got your attention, I was like, huh? So I had to watch it, but then
The black people have been chewing them up, though.
yeah, the black folks, I want to talk about black Twitter in itself in one episode.
Okay, we can do that.
Because black Twitter will literally eat you if you get on the bad side of black Twitter, your career is done
Yeah.
at that point.
But I really want to bring up, like, the good cultural appropriate, like, not good. That is so wrong for me to say, but, like, Katy Perry, Gwen Stefani, like, back in the day when they was dropping
when it was fucking normal. Like, can we just, like, talk about, I think
Christina Aguilera.
Pink at one point. The girls were giving, like, this black personality, like.
And you black bitches ate it up.
I did. I really want Gwen Stefani to go back to Black Gwen.
My mom loved it.
I love Black Gwen.
Iconic. That was
Christina, let her tell it she's still black.
That video of Jennifer Hudson screaming.
You're talking about the video
when it was
like
all of them?
when Beyonce was like, now everybody said
No, not that one though. That one's funny too. And she's like, yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the one where it was like all of my alarms in the morning.
Who was it yodeling? It was like Celine Dion and
it was Yolanda Adams. It was Yolanda Adams, Miranda Lambert,
okay,
Christina Aguilera, Florence
Welch,
and then Jennifer Hudson. And the funny thing is, like, they who started off the cackle? Who started off this yodeling? Fucking Yolanda. Yolanda started it off, and then Christina, then Miranda, and then all you hear is Florence like, ah. And then it was like Jennifer Hudson waited a hot second and was like, I'm gonna wait till y'all almost done. Ah!
But I forgot about the Jennifer Hudson and Beyonce when we were
everybody say yeah, and everyone's like, yeah, say yeah. Ah! That is literally, you know what she gave me? You know what she really gave me? I don't know if you ever seen the Vine of the girl. She was like, yeah. And
Ebony? And her mom's like, shut up.
Yes. That's what it gave me.
Ebony motherfucking Jenkins.
That's, man, but I feel like one thing that we never really expanded on in an episode, did we talk about social media?
No.
That's so surprising to me.
Maybe it's online dating because it's giving me vague, but like I used to talk about, like, I used to meet niggas on fucking Instagram as like dating.
I think that's what it probably was, but we vaguely talked about that. I think we should probably talk about that in the episode coming up.
We can redo some of these episodes and like add a little razzle dazzle. Oh my god, that could be a segment. Like the things that we wanted to talk about.
A revamp. Like an episode revamp, you know.
Oh, you can't see my arm, but I'm doing the little Salt Bay thing.
I'm dead. Was that his name for real?
Salt Bay, yes.
Girl. But.
Oh my god, are you about to say it's time for positive affirmations?
No, girl, we're at 33 minutes.
How long are we going?
Are we doing 40 to 45?
Yeah.
Okay then, girl, let's ramble.
Ha! Yeah! Yeah! I'm sorry. That was uncalled for.
Because I'm going to steal your line. Because what we're not going to do is drag me. Y'all.
Okay, but we've come a long way. Because episodes 1 through 4, you always have some shit to say about me.
I have. You never came with a comeback, did you?
What you mean?
Have you ever read me on the episode?
I have. But I always say things and I'm like, but let me stop. And then you're like, yeah, because you know where I'm going with the thing.
I feel like you've never read me like that. Like, I feel like you have, though. I feel like there's been a time where you're just like, well, that's interesting.
We're not gonna make it seem like you're the bitch that knows how to read. I
just know when to say it and how to say it. And you're like, I know I can take it too far, but these bitches don't need to hear it.
You're just like, hey,
What?
Rico, I hope you had a good day. You're built like a Donkey Kong. And I'm like, oh, whoa,
Chill the fuck out.
I'm like, wait a minute. I just said hello. I hope you're doing well.
No, because that Donkey Kong thing really hurt your feelings, friend, didn't it?
Yeah. I was like, after you tried to cut me off, you called me Donkey Kong?
I was like, well, you are built like him a little bit.
Oh, wow, guys. I never got to tell you. Christian tried to cut me off before.
Oh.
Without any warning, no reason. He just was just like, I'm just not going to reply to Rico and I'm going to ignore him. But look at us. Who would have thought?
Whatever happened to the episode where we were supposed to be picking out each other's positive affirmations?
I thought we did not do that.
There was that one, and then I think we kind of touched on it. You said it though. You were like, let's have an episode where our first segment is us reading each other.
Let's not.
Let's
not say we did.
Because that's going to get so personal. Because I feel like with reading, it has to be personal. Mm-hmm. You have to know. Like,
a good read comes from like some shit like, oh, wow, bitch, you actually said that?
Yeah. Like, girl.
But then again, I just don't like reading friends. Because that is a thin line between, I can say this to you because I think this is a joke. And then you say some shit back to me and I'm like, wow, bitch, you really just said that in front of other motherfuckers? Like,
yeah. But jeez.
It's a respect thing.
Yeah. I feel like me and you can read each other when it's just us like this.
Yeah, and I feel like I make good friends and like feel them out before I start telling them stuff. So you know what I would let you say in front of others. And like I know what to say vice versa. Yeah. Vice versa. Whatever the word is. Yeah. But like that's why I feel like I wouldn't do good on reality TV. Because like I don't want to argue with someone and then be back cool with them. Yeah. This is not how life should be. I don't like that. Yeah. Are we getting off topic? You just said let's ramble, and look at us rambling. I don't know. I think that was just like filler space because we still have like 3 minutes left before we do like positive affirmation. Okay, wait. Let's do our positive affirmations and then reflect on positive affirmation. Okay, you wanna go first? Since I had read the Clearly, I can't speak. Do you remember when we couldn't read on air? Girl, no. Do you remember when I tried to spell your Instagram name? I was like ROC. We were illiterate. Oh my gosh. Can you believe when did we stop the Instagram name? We stopped that like after Tony came. So, yeah. No. We stopped that when Tony came. Good. Because I remember saying, I'm not going to put the Instagram names in here. I'm going to just put them in the description below. Awesome. I remember saying that. We deserved it. And I feel so bad because, Tony, if you're listening to this, I forgot to put your Instagram name in the bio. That's why he didn't post it. He said, fuck y'all. Tony did post it. In his story. Yeah. We want to be on your page. Don't come on our goddamn show if you're not going to put us on your page. You know what I want to address really quick? Can y'all stop sitting here and coming up to me or coming up to Rico saying, when am I going to be on the podcast? Stop doing that. You know how many people have come up to me and like, where's my episode? When am I going to be on the podcast? You're going to be on this bitch when you're on this bitch, if you're on this bitch. You better come with some content. I want a 5-paragraph essay on why you think you would be good here, what you're going to bring, what do you have to offer, what do you want to talk about? Period. And you better have your positive affirmation put in that essay. And you know what? At this point, if you come up to us with the topic. Oh, yeah. Do not come up to us and say you want to be on it and then don't bring the topic. Because you know what? That's when I'm going to sit here and tell you. Are you qualified to speak on anything? Send me your resume. At this point. I want some video. I want a whole portfolio on why you think you should be here. I want to see how you interact around people. Like, get into it. Period. Yeah, get into it. Okay. Leave that Qtip alone. Oh, I'm going. Positive after. I can't wait until we actually get some money and we can make like a jingle that I can press. Positive affirmation. Yeah, because I'm sick of trying to sing for you bitches. And I want somebody to read this for me. Your insecurities will make you retaliate to things that you think someone said to you. So we chose this today because I'm not really going to get into it like that. But basically, if you're really insecure, you haven't settled your own demons, you haven't figured out what really bothers you and stuff, you're going to think that bitches is talking about you when they're not. Mm-hmm. You're going to think that you're the topic of conversation when no one is even thinking of you. And I don't want to just talk about that one situation. People do this all the time.
Well, I'll say this. And this is just going to sound bitchy when I say it. But, if you feel like it's about your girl, then maybe you need to look at you.
A hit dog will holler. And that is one of my favorite grandma sayings because I will throw it out there in a heartbeat.
You don't mind if the shoe fits, wear it. I'm just saying if the shoe fits, wear it. Because if we're all having a group discussion or whatever, and you personally feel some type of way about something someone said in a group setting, that means you need to do some self-reflecting. You need to look in the mirror, or you need to sit your conceited ass down.
Like, if this person doesn't know you, what do you think? Like, why would someone gain from shading you if they don't know a single thing about you?
Very true.
So if I'm, come on now, I don't even want to get into it like
y'all
that.
Y'all laughing at me?
Why y'all laughing at me? And we're like, nobody. Who are you?
Who laughed?
What is your name? What do you do?
Where
Quickly.
was the giggle?
There was no comedy in this statement.
Period. Okay, so I guess it's on me. Everyone has a breaking point, but not everyone is aware that it's a choice to remain broken. Now. What?
The damn tongue pop. Every time I react to your tongue pop, you're like, what did I do? And I'm like, you don't know what you just did?
Okay, so everyone has a breaking point.
You were about to do it again.
I was. Everyone has a breaking point. Yes, and I feel like when you get to that breaking point, you need to determine what to do from there. A lot of people feel like when they get stuck or in these, moments of not being productive, that they can just stay there and then become complacent. And you can't do that. If you want to do something, girl, get up and do it. You can't let a moment that has you stuck right now hinder your future.
Oh my God. So when I was looking for mine today, it gave me something that perfectly just fit into that. It said something like, doing something to better yourself is going to be uncomfortable. So when you're stuck, down, broken, beat the fuck up, those first steps to get back together are going to be very uncomfortable.
They're going to be so... It's like when you're trying something new and you're like, I don't know if I like this or not.
Mm-hmm. Me at my first twerk class I went to, I did not want to do... I was so uncomfortable dancing in front of these middle-aged women.
Girl, that's how... The first dance class I went to...
You're like, I can eat you hoes up, but...
Okay, this is cool. You're out of your norm right now. You're so used to being stuck. Mm-hmm. So when you start making moves to become better, you're not going to know... It's like... I'll say it like this. It's like working out.
Oh, yeah.
And creating that... How does it go? It takes, 120 days to create a habit?
Oh, I don't know, because I will never work out for real, but...
It's like it takes 30 days to create a habit, 60 days to keep up with that habit, and then I think 120 for that habit to become normal.
That's a long time.
But I mean, think about it like this. Me and you have been doing this podcast for a while.
Yeah. At
this point.
Weeks, at least 10 weeks, so however many, 365 days.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think.
You just,
no, I'm
trying
trying
to
to,
say
no,
10
I really,
weeks are equal to 365 days?
No, I literally was sitting back no, we started, that first episode aired.
I'm just saying 10 weeks because there was 10 episodes, but the way that we spread it out was probably really bad. There's 265 days a year or whatever, Portia said.
Please get out.
I was watching that shit earlier. She said, there is 265 days a year.
And she probably said that shit with confidence.
So much confidence.
Girl, it's just when it comes down to it, don't let a broken moment make you broken for the rest of your life. Yeah, it's giving me very much Inside Out. Did you watch that? Yes. When she when all of her sadness, all of the depression took over or whatever it was, and she just went dark. Yes, and it makes me think also too that when it comes down to that right there, that movie is a great example. You have to be intact with all of your emotions. Mm-hmm. And I think one thing that people really aren't okay with is being in their feelings. No one wants to address being emotional. Mm-hmm. It happens. You're not always going to be on your game.
Period.
You're not. I think that's the problem. People need to be okay with having a breaking point.
Yeah.
Because when you address, you might have a breaking point. You might have a fuck up day. You might have a day where everything isn't going for you. You need to be okay with that. Because at the end of the day, you're not perfect.
And that's on period. I feel like some of us do find that revelation a long time before others do.
Yeah.
Like, I've been known since, like, high school, like, there's gonna be days when I break down. I just gotta stand back up.
Yeah.
Some people just haven't figured that out yet, and it's so crazy.
Well, we're really bringing season 1 to a close.
Insert music. And we are Shade-aholics. Yeah. Jennifer Hudson, let it out now.
Girl, no, you know what came into my head?
What?
You remember that Celine Dion song that used to come on that commercial? I'm your lady, and you are my man.
What's the guy's song? How
How am I supposed to live without you?
I'm going to off myself.
I remember all those songs.
You do.
Here and now.
You did this on a nostalgia episode.
I know. I just remembered another one too. And I swear by the moon.
I don't remember those that much, but I remember Shirley Temple.
Girl.
And I know. Monkeys and rabbits. They're like the 12 disc collection.
All right, you guys. That has been episode 10, man.
I'm Rico.
And I am Christina.
And we are signing off.